Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Leah back again with another video, and from the title you can tell it is another chit chat get ready with me video. Now you guys responded so positively to my last chit chat get ready with me, and thank you guys so much for that. But I wanted to do another one. It was so fun to film and all that. So without further ado, let's just hop right into today's look. I'm doing a fall transformation look, and let me know down below if you guys want to see a skincare routine video from me, because I realized today skin is popping. Last chit chat get ready with me, I had some flaws going on, but today skin is really doing its thing. I've been drinking my water, minding my business. So first, let's hop into brows. I'll probably go through this fairly quickly because I have done this so many times. But again, like I said, thank you guys so much for the support on my last. And if you guys see me looking down, of course I have my mirror right here. But thank you guys so much for your support on my last chit chat get ready with me video. It was the funnest video to film, edit, put up, and all that, I'd have to say, because I never talk to you guys. I never get the opportunity to talk with you guys. I come on here, present a hair to you, but I never go into other things. I may vlog sometimes, but not that much, so you guys don't get a real window into my life. And so that was really fun to film. Like I said, I held off for filming one simply because I had a roommate, and I am very shy. It's easy for me to talk in front of a camera, but if I know other people are listening, I clam up and I get very much so like stiff and robotic. So a lot of times, like I said in my other video, she would always be close by, and I don't think she would be listening, but I always felt as if, you know, ears are listening, gotta present something, gotta be more structured. I can't, you know, be myself, can't let personality shine, don't want to be too goofy, because she'll be like, what is that girl doing over there? Like, calm it on down. So I never let myself, you know, really break free. So it was so good to do in my last video. I asked you guys on IG, so if you're not following me on IG, which topics you guys want me to cover in today's video. And I got a lot of things that a lot of people want to know are the same. A lot of, like, 5 people asked me the same question, 3 people asked me the same question. So it seems like you guys are pretty much on the same page with what you guys want me to talk about in today's video. And I didn't talk about this, but I'm using MAC Spiked for eyebrows today. I know I normally use my NYX pencil liner. I ran out. I ordered another pencil, so I'm just waiting for that to come. So one of the main questions I got a lot of questions about is about starting a YouTube, being an influencer, coming into the community and all of that. And the thing I would say is you gotta have integrity with your channel. I know it seems big dollar now that people know that there's money in it. People start it truly for the money. I've gotten so many people come in my inbox and say, Talia, how do I get started with YouTube? And I'll answer their question, and then they'll come back and say, so what should my first video be? What should I film? And then from then on, I'm like, okay, I'm checked out. Like, I can't help you come up with content. Like, that shows me somebody who's really in it for the money. If I have to come up with a video genre for you, like, it was easy for me to come on here and rave about crochet hair. That's what I loved at the time. I had a great experience. If you guys see my very first video, you can see I'm excited about filming about a crochet hair. I was like, I gotta tell the world about this, when in fact the world already knew about crochet hair. I was the last one on the bandwagon on that. So my first video, I had a lot of fun filming, and from then on I knew what my niche was. People, you have to kind of find a niche or niche. I go in between. You gotta find kind of your niche, and what I mean by that is what you're good at, what you want to talk about. If you want to be a lifestyle channel, if you want to do fashion hauls, if you want to purely do makeup, if you want to purely do natural hair, if you want to purely do protective styles, whatever it is that you purely want to do, you have to find that, and you have to know that before you're starting a channel. Another tip that I would give, don't buy expensive equipment. I say that over and over again. I see so many people who want to start and they're like, Talia, what camera should I get? Should I get the Canon? I don't know Canon cameras like that. There's so many names: 70D, 3D, M4, 4D, 3M. I don't know. There's so many different Canon cameras, and they're like, oh, I want to get this Canon camera. It's about $900. I want to get this laptop. I want to get a MacBook Air. That's about $1,000. I want to get a tripod. I want to get the best lighting. I want to do all this. I'm like, y'all realize that I don't edit on a computer. I have a Chromebook, so that's not something you can edit on. I use that for just watching YouTube videos and putting the titles and stuff on my videos online. But I edit on an iPad. iPad. I've edited on an iPad for 2 years since I've had my channel. So I don't know how to edit on a computer. You put a computer in front of me, I won't know how to do it. I know that Wondershare and Windows Movie Maker are good beginner systems, but again, I've never tried them, so I don't know. My camera was about $245. I love it. It's falling apart on me, but I will ride this just like I will ride my car till the wheels fall off. So I don't have an expensive camera. It's about finding good lighting. I don't have a lighting behind me. This, what I'm looking at right now, are windows that are open. So windows are my lighting right now. The next issue I see a lot of new YouTubers come with is not being consistent. They post one video 1 month and then come back another month, post another video, 3 weeks later post another video, 4 weeks later come back with another video, and they're wondering why they're not growing. I'm going to use these 3 palettes. I think these are such good fall palettes today, so I'm going to be working out of each of them. For transition color, I think I'm going to be, which one do I love the transition? One of these palettes has my go-to transition. Oh, it's this one, and it's this color right here. So consistency is key, really. Like, I don't understand how you think that you're going to be able to get an audience without posting regularly. And if you already know, okay, well, I have this going on, I'm not going to be able to post regularly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm frank with people. Don't start a YouTube if you're not ready to post consistently. Just know what you have going on in life. Just like you carve out time for school, if you're going back to school, you have to carve out a time where you can work on things. The same thing applies to YouTube. You have to have a schedule. You have to be consistent. You have to have a level of consistency. You start to rhyme, sit and start Grey's Anatomy or Scandal or How to Get Away with Murder and say, okay, well, I'm going to shoot some episodes. Who knows when they're going to come out? I don't know when I'm going to be able to shoot the episodes. Quite honestly, I don't know. So we're just going to post maybe one Scandal episode on Monday, then maybe 3 weeks later we'll post a Scandal episode on Thursday. That's not how that works. Your favorite TV show comes on every week. Power comes on every Sunday. People didn't start tuning into Power because they didn't know when it was coming on. They started tuning into Power because they knew how it was going to be and how consistent it was going to be. I'm not going to tell you anything. Just like my mom always tells me, I'm not going to tell you anything that's going to hurt you. That's what I would tell a new YouTuber. You have to be consistent. So I would wait until, if you really do want to buy expensive equipment. Some people don't want to film. Say you have an Android. I don't know how cameras are on Android. I know the iPhone cameras are pretty good, but say you have a camera that's not really, you know, all that well, and you do want to, and you need a new camera. So I get the need that some people need a new camera. I would say buy it after 3 months of consistency. After you show that you can post on a consistent level for 3 months, and this is something you really want to do, then buy something. I filmed on the iPad that I had been having for about, I think 3 months. I think I did 3 months. I filmed on that iPad. So I spent 0 coin on YouTube in that first 3 months. Nothing. I used items that I had in my home. I think I knew it was something I wanted to do, and then I took the splurge and spent like $250 on this. Other than that, didn't spend a lot of coin. I might have gotten lighting a year in, and I still didn't use that lighting because I still used the lighting from my staircase. So wait 3 months and then do it. Another thing I would say is promote yourself. You cannot put a video up and be like, all right, let me sit back and let the views roll in. Ready for the views to roll in. You have to have a level of promoting. You got to self-promote. Closed mouths don't get fed. Faith without works is dead. All these things. You can't just hope. You can't be like, ooh, fingers crossed this video makes it. I didn't do anything. I didn't promote the video or anything. I'm just hoping that somehow the algorithm on YouTube just makes it happen. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen for you. So next question I got asked a lot is about my career, how I got started in HR, what I like about it, just overall my whole journey through HR. So that is pretty simple. I wish I had like some kind of, you know, great story to tell you about how I landed in my career. But I knew pretty early on when I got into college that I wanted to do business. I knew I wanted that to be my degree, just because it was so generic, so broad and all that, that I could encompass a lot of jobs. I didn't want to be something that was such a specific major that it wouldn't give me the ability to do a variety of things with life. So business administration was my key goal. When I first went to college, I wanted to be in finance. I took or I want to be an accountant really. I took my first kind of accounting class. It was financial and managerial accounting. I don't know which one of them was the class that got me on up out of there, but I was like, all right, I took this class, passed this class, but I'm done with accounting. Accounting is not my mission, it is not my ministry, and it is not what I will be doing with my life. And then I got into HR, and I took finance. I concentrated in finance and human resources. So at State, and I don't know how it is across like school lines, or I don't know how it is at other schools, because of course I only went to one school, so I don't know how concentrations work, but we did have a concentration in HR. In HR you could concentrate, or you had to take at least 4 classes to make it your concentration. I took recruiting, compensation, benefits, and performance management, I think, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with recruiting from pretty much junior year onward. I took an internship at the school recruiting in the football department, so I was the recruiting student intern there for my whole entire senior year, and then as soon as I graduated, I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted recruiting. I was going to go wherever the job went, quite honestly. And my first job was a recruiting specialist at a company. Then my next job was the job I had that I quit in February, where I was a recruiting assistant. And now I am a talent acquisition, which is the same thing as a recruiting coordinator at a corporation. And I also do dabble in the college recruiting scene. So the career fairs next week, I will be at a career fair at a school that I really love. So that is what I do. I love it because, as you can tell, I have this channel, and you guys know I love speaking with you, and this channel has really helped me in terms of speaking with candidates. I'm kind of the face, they call me the face of the company that I work for, and that's the thing about being in recruiting. You have to be the face, you have to be the warm face to bring people in. I bring people into my channel, I bring people into Lavon and things like that, so I should be able to bring people into my company. It's about creating a good experience and all that, and I think this channel has really helped me. I'm not saying I was shy before, but I could turn it on and turn it off. I could turn it on and turn it off, and it's much easier to turn it on at work now that I do have this channel, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this candidate. So I got a lot of questions about how I got my foot in the door with HR, and that's exactly how I did it. It was just an internship and just the jobs that I got in. But the thing about HR that I learned recently in meeting other people that I work with and all that, you don't have to have a business degree to get into HR. Everybody I've met, I feel like, has a different degree to get into HR. My roommate, who I still call her my roommate, we don't live together anymore, but I called her my roommate for like 4 years. She was my friend before she was my roommate, and then as soon as she became my roommate, that's all she was. She was like, that's my roommate, but she is my friend. She's in HR too. She studied business administration and psychology. My friend, who you guys see on my channel sometimes, she's also in HR, and I think she went to school for like psychology or something, and maybe something along those lines, and she got her master's degree in business, but she didn't have a basic degree in business. One of my old coworkers had a degree in history, one of my old coworkers had a degree in English, and they all worked in HR. So HR is a field where you don't have to specifically have a business degree. I don't feel like you need to have some kind of, I think, humanities degree. I know sociology majors a lot of time get into HR, something where you interact with people, something where you have a good strong attention to detail. But overall, you don't think you have to specifically have a business degree to even consider being in HR. So don't feel like you're limited because you don't have that. So I can only give you kind of a general knowledge of HR from the recruiting standpoint. There are so many avenues or different places of HR. There is compensation, which I don't do, benefits, which I don't do, performance management, which I don't do, employee relations, I don't really do. I do one sector. In big companies, they split it up. So I work for a kind of huge corporation. They kind of split it up. Smaller companies has kind of an HR generalist type position where that person does everything HR related. They do the recruiting, they do the compensation, they do the employee relations, they do performance management, they do learning and development, they do everything. I'm lucky enough that I kind of just do one sector of it, but I do want to know more about stuff. I think I do want to put my hand in benefits and compensation and all that, but I got to figure out a way to do that. I need to make a decision whether I just love recruiting, and I do love recruiting, but there's a part of me that wants to know other avenues. I went to school and I studied, and I really did like compensation. It was kind of like payroll and compensation was like, I don't know, do I want to do payroll? I don't want to be the person that people come to when the checks ain't right. I'm like, I just crunch the numbers. I don't do all that stuff. So I have to figure out for me career path wise, and that's something I had a conversation with my manager with recently, was where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? You are so good at what you do now. I'm really good and passionate about recruiting. That's all I've done for 6 years, but what's the next steps for you? And that's a question I was like, let me take that back. Let me put that in the parking lot. Let me park on that for a minute and then really have some reflections, because I love what I'm doing right now in terms of YouTube, but I feel like if I take on more responsibility or a more demanding job, then maybe my YouTube will suffer. So that's a question that I need to pose within myself. Would I sacrifice what I'm doing a little bit on YouTube to do a higher job? Do I love what I do on YouTube so much that it would prevent, like, I juggle. So for lashes today, I'm gonna try maybe one of these lashes that I've never tried before. They're from the influencer on here, African American, so I had to support influencer on her. Her name is Jasmine Brown, and these are at Target. So I'd say if you want to break into HR and specifically kind of recruiting, I know a lot of places have entry-level specialist roles. I know a lot of, if you want to get into recruiting specifically, I know a lot of staffing firms do a lot of hires. Now, if you come in at a staffing firm, the salary will be a little bit less. It won't be super high, but if it's good for you to get kind of your footing in there. But a lot of staffing companies, when you first come in, I almost got hired. My first job almost was a staffing company. Luckily, the company that I started with, the company where I met my roommate, who going forward I will refer to as my friend LaShawna instead of my roommate. Gotta stop doing that. Where I met her at, and Jessica and all my other friends, they contacted me first, luckily, and they came with a pretty, what I thought was a great coming out of college salary. But I also got a call from a staffing agency at the same time. I was like, hold on, wait, what's the starting salary? Make sure you're looking down in your mirror too. That also helps it get as close to the lash line as possible. Also, make sure you apply an ample enough of glue to the actual inner corner. That's where I see a lot of people mess up. Their inner corner always tilts up. That's one of my pet peeves in watching people's videos. And I've recorded a whole video one time where my inner corner was tilted up, and that video went in the garbage can. I had to redo that whole video because I am such a stickler for not perfection, but. So another question I got a lot of questions about hairs that I haven't tried. A lot of questions in my DMs were like, tell me your opinion on the Freetress Bohemian braid. Tell me your opinion on the, what is that main concept? It's pineapple something, and I know they have a cascading ripple. I got a lot of questions about that too. Now, the one thing I can't do is give you opinion on hairs I haven't tried yet. I get a lot of questions in my just everyday life, not just in this recent DMs that I opened up. Every day somebody's asking me about a curl that I have not literally put in my hair, and I don't feel comfortable giving my opinion. I can give the way it looks opinion, like, oh, that hair is pretty, but it hasn't been in my head, so I don't feel like I should give it any opinions, because God forbid you try it and it's terrible. I say I like the Freetress Bohemian braid because my best friend has worn it for 2 years, but maybe when I put it in, I'm like, hold on, wait, what has she been talking about? What has Sasha been talking about? Child, this is the worst hair. Did not wait long enough. This is the worst hair that I've ever tried. So I can't really give my opinion on hairs that I haven't tried yet. And a lot of people, y'all be coming through in my video. Like in this video right now, I would probably have 10 comments about when's the review for the hair you have in right now coming out. And I've had this hair in for a total of maybe like a week. You know, I have it in for a week, and I'll be like, y'all know my process. It's like y'all watch my videos all the time. Y'all know it takes me time, especially not even only as soon as I take this hair out. I'm nowhere near close to taking this hair out, but as soon as I take it out, then you guys are like, okay, when's the video coming? With my life and editing situations, as you can tell from like videos that I posted, I'm probably still posting videos from my stairway, even though I moved out 2 months ago. Like I'm probably still posting videos from my old house, and I am away from there. It's just because editing some content takes so much time. If I was a full-time YouTuber, it wouldn't be no excuse for me not being able to get a video out super quick. But the way editing works, as it takes time for me to compile things. I'm using different SD cards, editing. I get home at night from work, maybe like 7 sometimes. I've been working very late, especially with the season, the college season that we're in right now. And then editing, then taking a shower, then eating it, and taking my dog out. There's a lot to do, so it takes me several days to edit a video that a normal person could sit down in one day and do. So I just say that to say, just be patient with me, you guys. I'm gonna get around to a lot of hairs, but I'm one head, and I wish I could do like I said in my other video, my crochet hair colleagues in the crochet hair community. I love all of them. They can post a video a lot more frequently than I can because their setup is way different than me. You guys know I wear the hair out for a while. A lot of them, you may see them wear it in one video and never see them wear it again. But you'll see me wear this hair in probably this video and probably like 6 other videos. I'll be still wearing this hair. And it's no disrespect. I wish I could do what they did, but I think the way that I've carved out my niche, like going back to what I said originally, is the fact that I produce my content in the way that I have. So I knew there were going to be some benefits to the way I do it and some downfalls. The benefits are that you guys love it for me showing a hair in different stages. You guys love it for me showing a hair how it looks today, tomorrow, and the next day. The drawbacks to it is that I can't produce a crochet hair video every single week like some other people can. There may be dry spells where I'm still wearing a hair, so I have to wait and all that. So there's drawbacks to what I'm doing. There are benefits, and the benefits way outweigh the drawbacks because, well, for me, I'm lazy. I don't want to take a hair out. I don't want to take this hair out for a few weeks. I don't because I don't want to do my hair. I don't love doing my hair that often. I love the comfort of this and waking up in the morning and going to work and just having this here. I don't want to have to throw a wig on. It's just too much. Now for foundation, I'm going in with the All Nighter by Urban Decay. I'm almost running low. This is my favorite foundation for filming, and it's only because it's full coverage. That's a beginner tip I would say as well. If you are starting out on YouTube and you want to wear makeup, some people cannot wear makeup. Like I said, my skin was popping at the beginning of the day, and I probably could have did this whole video, this whole sit down with you guys with no makeup on, but I feel comfortable with my makeup on, and I like this because it's full coverage. Full coverage makeup just looks better on camera to me, so I would never film in MAC Face and Body, even though that's my favorite foundation. It just doesn't draw the camera like a full coverage. And the last thing I got a lot of questions about is living in Charlotte, things to do in Charlotte, and also I'm thinking about moving to Charlotte. Can you give me some guidance on it? And I would just say, first I'll go into, if you're visiting Charlotte, what kind of things to do. Now the thing I would say about Charlotte is that the nightlife could use some work. The thing we don't have that a lot of cities that are bigger that I've noticed have is happy hours. We don't have happy hours. I think it's illegal in the state to have an hour or specific time of day where drinks are cheaper. So I'm noticing like some big cities. Oh, and I'm using Maybelline Fit Me for concealer. I've noticed in some big cities, maybe like DC and stuff like that, you can serve alcohol from like 2 to 4, and it can be cheaper than it is throughout the rest of the day. That's not something you can do in North Carolina. So the whole happy hour thing isn't a thing here. Also, clubs close a lot earlier than they do in a lot funner and more metropolitan cities. I think we're still southern. At the same time, we are trying to be like the hub of like southern, like the big city. We're trying to be like the Atlantas, but I feel like we got a long way to go in terms of that. Now nightlife, I am somewhat in my almost 30s now, so it's way different than what I used to look for when I was younger. I think we have this place called the Epicenter here, which is a fun kind of go-to thing if you're in Charlotte. Peter Thomas from Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you guys know, has a club here, which when I watched the show I was like, oh, nobody really goes to that. But now recently I've been like, I hear a lot of people go there. Now when I say a lot of people, there also can be the older crowd, so it's not the young kind of crowd who goes there. So it depends on your age. Whoever asks this question really depends on your age, where your hub or your place to go will be. Epicenter is a very youthful place. It's for, maybe I would say, the 35 and under club. There's a lot of 35 and up clubs too that I would say are very like Peter Thomas's club. Like people really be going there, and I'd be really shocked because I thought it was kind of a gimmick, but it's a real thing. I actually ran into him in the park. He was really looking at me, and I was like, I can't work at the club. I'm not working at Peter Thomas Club. But I think he lived near where I was at that day. I'm setting it with the Lord Mercier powder. So I think club-wise, there's those options. I think depends on if you have kids too. We have Grwm, that's an amusement park here. People love going there with the kids. There are always sales going on. So if you're ever traveling to Charlotte with kids and it's like months in advance, you can get tickets for pretty cheap if you actually kind of do some research. That place, Whitewater Center. I think if you kind of more so into a just sit down and drink kind of vibe, I love this place called World of Beer. There's a lot of places though where you can kind of just sit down and chill with drinks. I think we have a Wet Willie's. I'm over Wet Willie's because I had some youthful bad experiences at Wet Willie's. But we have the Comedy Zone. A lot of good comedians go there. I love going to the Comedy Zone because it's very indie and you can see like small time. I went there one time and Tommy Davidson, I don't know if you guys watched In Living Color, he was there. So that was like kind of neat. I've seen other like good comedians for the very low, like I like Kevin Hart and all the big comedians, but I think some of the small comedians got some good jokes in there. I like going there. It's a good date night. I've gone there for several dates. Now, did they turn into anything? No. So the joke was on me. Food eateries is a great thing. I just had brunch the other day. Brunch in Charlotte is the bomb. I will say that we do not have any places that have bottomless mimosas. So don't think you got to come here and get you some. You're going to have to pay per drink here. We, like, again, I don't know what the liquor laws are in North Carolina, but we need to do better. Brunch places, though, I think dinner places, if you're looking for soul food, go to Merce. Love Merce. Lavon James was here in town and he was there one day and I was like, why he don't never eat there when I'm there? Why the celebrities? There be a lot of celebrities there, but they never there when I'm there. Oh, I didn't even say what hair I have in. You guys should know though, but I leave it in the description box every single time. I know I'm gonna get flooded with questions in the comment section. What hair do you have in? I freaking forget, but I always leave it in the description box so people should know to check the description box. I have in the Lulutress Island Twist hair right now. It's like I can't go a video without mentioning it, but I'm sorry, I always remember like midway through the video, so that's why I always mention it midway through. In February we have All Stars coming here, so NBA All Stars and CIAA here is here every year in October or in February. What am I saying? In February, this February. I'm kind of glad that I don't work uptown Charlotte anymore because it was gonna be lit. I was probably gonna be like in the midst of everything. It'd be like me looking outside of my work window like, dang, look like they having fun out there. Wish I could join. Oh, Charlotte is really, I say, it's not the funnest. Like, I don't always sit here and be like, oh, it's fun. It's out, always things going on. I can't sit here and lie to you and tell you, yeah, you're going to have all the fun in the world. If there's something going on, I think you can have fun. I think CIAA weekend, NBA All-Star weekend, I think if you come down, visit people, if your intentions are to kind of just hang out type of a vibe, I think Charlotte is good for you. If you're really thinking about having the turn up, it might not be, so you might need to look into it. Is Vegas, can you go to Vegas? Is that an option? Living here though, I think it's expensive, so if you're gonna get in now because it's really about to blow on up. Just forewarning you, they are pricing us out, and when I mean us, I mean it's us middle class, working class people. It is like, the further you're gonna be further on the outskirts. Like even now, you guys know I'm looking for a house and I'm looking to build down roots, and I've been recently looking on pretty much the furthermost edge of Charlotte, so southern Charlotte, like right before you get out of Charlotte, and it's still fairly expensive. I'm like going around, I'm trying to avoid center Charlotte because that's where everything is. I don't want to really live in East Charlotte, don't want to really do West Charlotte. If I could, and if I worked, I really loved living in North Charlotte when I did, but I would say living in Charlotte, it's expensive. Rent even is expensive. I mean, that's why I said I want to own a house, because I can't keep renting and it being as expensive as it is. It's almost, you know, 2 times the mortgage here to rent in Charlotte. So yes, for blush, I'm going to use MAC Raisin. This is like my fall go-to blush. It's really my year-round blush, but it's probably more so a fall color. So yeah, I think that is overall my thoughts on living in Charlotte. You just kind of have to figure out the area and sometimes not be afraid. You don't have to live in Charlotte, so to speak, to kind of have the Charlotte experience. You can kind of live in a surrounding area because, like I said, they are pricing people out. For lips today, my fall lip has been Tulips by ColourPop, but I also need to put in, I love Anastasia Sepia. Like, you guys know that's my favorite lip if you followed me for a while, so I gotta always find a way to put sepia in there. Another thing, I am going on a cruise for my birthday in November, and I need you guys to leave me some cruise hair suggestions. I know I got this channel, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me for choosing the perfect birthday hair, but yet at the same time being water friendly, cruise friendly, and all that. I know I'm the one who be making the videos, but I just don't even know where I want to this year. Like, there's no hair this season that's been like screaming at me to try. Now, I don't think it'll be something in this format. It'll be something in this typical Lavon, you know, spiral curls type look. That's what I feel comfortable with, and hey, it's my birthday. I need to go with what your girl, you know, slays in. So it probably won't be, you know, this kind of get up, but I do want another hair. So let me know down below what hair you guys think would like exude me. Like, what hair do you guys see? Not a hair that y'all would love for me to just try in general, but a hair that y'all would think would fit me. Like, you know my face. Y'all know my face sometimes better than I know my own face. Y'all be like, that don't frame you well, girl. That don't frame you well. I trust you guys' opinion. So this is the finished look. This will probably be the look I'll be rocking all fall. I needed to go for a darker lip, but a part of me just always gonna mix in Sepia by Anastasia. So it's like, what's the even point? That's my favorite lip of all times. I feel like it just does everything for my lips. So this is it. Let me know down below what more you guys want to see. I just really love these chit chats. Like, I just feel like I want to film them all the time now that I feel like I'm in a comfortable space. I ain't gotta worry about the washing machine going off, the dryer. That was a huge issue too in the past. I used to always have to film around the washing machine, and sometimes it would just be playing and I would just be like, I swear I hope they can't hear it in the video, and sometimes you could. So I just feel good that I'm in an open space and everything. I don't have to worry about things. I'm just in a good space. So I want to do more with this. I want to interact with you guys, so leave me questions down below. Let me know what you guys want to see from me, whether it's cruise stuff, how I'm gonna pack for my cruise, because I'm gonna slay on my cruise. I'm ready for this cruise. What hair I choose, eventually you guys will see that on this channel. If you want me to talk about what it's like being close to 30 with no kids and no husband, and how I feel about this, spoiler alert, I don't feel no type of way about it. What my favorite TV shows are, what my favorite podcasts are, what I've been loving song wise, who my favorite artist is. I just want to talk about things, you guys, but I can ramble if I wanted to ramble, but I need you guys to steer me in the right direction. So let me know down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, so that lets me know that you're interested in more of these type videos. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of these types of videos. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because that's probably where I'm going to ask the questions of what you guys want to see from me. That's where I give updates and all that. Instagram is Lavon89, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
I go give you all that more. Bad man, I feel your flow. Wine I'm slow. This one no be private show. Your friends they tell you.